spreading Krishna consciousness for
Yes.
Prabhupada.
Yes, they all joined to work together to spread Krishna consciousness. We weren't trying to build a temple.
Some devotee maybe contributed 1% in the service, some maybe contributed 2% in the service, but you cannot neglect anybody, even though if he has only invested or he has contributed 1%, because it's all a combined. It's a combined.
The idea is the temple belongs to Krishna, correct?
So my issue is when I see people like whatever they have contributed in distributing Krishna consciousness to Srila Prabhupada, if somebody criticizes them for their service, I feel bad that
nobody is criticizing anyone for serving Krishna.
Okay.
We are not criticizing. We do not support the idea of criticizing people. What we do say is we are looking to see that everything that Prabhupada directly asked for occurs.
Okay.
GBC is only a part of it. But what did Prabhupada ask for? So many things. And GBC being elected is one of them. And he did not ever create any system of successor gurus. You know that, I know that, and everybody knows that. How is it possible for a successor guru to be appointed by people that are supposed to be elected anyhow? It doesn't fit with it. Even Hindus don't do that. So what can we say? We are looking for purity. Prabhupada said purity is the force. So we're looking for purity because, look at it this way. ISKCON can have a big meeting. They can decide this, that, female gurus, homosexual gurus, whatever they want to decide. They can vote it in. But does that mean that it will fly in Krishna Loka? Will Krishna accept it? We can accept something on earth, but does Krishna accept it? That's why we need Prabhupada. It's not that Prabhupada, we have to have a living guru, and that living guru is Prabhupada. The fact is, Prabhupada created more than any guru could do with his books. Anybody can read his books and understand what the standard is. But if people read his books and reject it, how can they call themselves a guru? For instance, in the Nectar of Instruction, it says that the guru must be Kanistadikari. Sometimes the Kanista and Madhyamadikari, neophyte and intermediary devotees, can also take disciples, but it should be understood that those disciples are on the same level as the guru, and that the student cannot make much progress under their insufficient guidance.
So I have a question here.
Why did we create a structure? Why did we create a situation where insufficient guidance is the way we're supposed to do it?
So I have a question here, Prabhu.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you say everything is there in the books, so you don't need a teacher to guide you. So,
sure.
A doctor.
Look, if you have a temple, and you have people that have been there for 5 years, 10 years, when I came into the movement, the big leaders, Tamal Krishna and Mr. John, were there 6 months before I was. Those are the big leaders. They were guiding me, just like gurus. They were guiding me much more than gurus guide their disciples. So that guidance will be there from senior devotees, even if senior means 6 months senior. You see what I mean? In other words, we will always take direction from someone who has more experience and more realization. But why call him a guru when Prabhupada doesn't call him a guru? And more importantly, Rupa Goswami, who is also Rupa Manjari in the spiritual world, who records all the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, why would we disagree with Rupa Goswami or Rupa Manjari in Krishna Loka? Why would we disagree with them and then say, no, this guy is guru? Well, how can we do that? We don't have the authority, do we? Or do you feel we have the authority to manufacture or create? a person
I mean,
to be a
I
guru.
cannot say
who
what was your
is in-
relationship
is
between
indefin-
you and
Do we have a right?
Samaraj.
One last thought. Do we have a right to reject Rupa Goswami?
No.
Right, that's correct. And do we have a right to reject Prabhupada?
No, we can't reject Prabhupada.
Well, he's being rejected.
Yes, he's been rejected. That's the problem.
He wanted the GBC to be elected, and he went to great pains to set that up. He created the BBT Trust, and he went to great pains to set that up, and the temples refused to accept it, meaning that the leaders of the temples refused to accept it. I mean, he could have told them all, you disobeyed the absolute order of the spiritual master, get out of here. You don't belong here. You're no longer disciples. But he didn't do that. He just accepted what they did do right. He overlooked what they did wrong, but that doesn't equal accepting what they did wrong. And these people like Ramachandra, myself, and hopefully yourself, who come along to change things to what Prabhupada declared were true, not things that he said specifically were not true. Why would we accept things that Prabhupada rejects? But that's happening, right?
Yeah, those things we can sit down and have a more conversation because
that's why we have to fix the problem in the Dumna Prabhu. You want to have a temple in Sacramento, so this is the only way you can come to a conclusion. You can think all you want.
Ronald Prabhu is always mentioning Sacramento. I would suggest that there is no qualified, people here to lead the Sacramento.
But don't you want to be sure that whoever is a guru follows Prabhupada? Or doesn't it matter?
Yeah, anybody who is in ISKCON has to follow Srila Prabhupada.
Oh, do they? Then why, when Prabhupada said not to change his books, do they change his books?
Dumna Prabhu has no problem with the changed books. He's saying the changed books are okay. He's saying that. He has a understanding that...
Okay, we have to take the essence out of the book, right?
That's okay. That's your view. You say that changing the books is okay. I got that. But where did Prabhupada say that it was okay to change the books? Show me anything that he has written to say that the books can be changed. I can show you, or you can find on your own, probably several hundred quotes where Prabhupada said the books should not be changed. But you think they should be changed.
One question I have for you.
On whose authority should they... Wait, just tell me, on whose authority can the books be changed?
I don't agree that anything... I haven't seen anything which is like changes. Only some of the changes I could see is there is no pictures of... the pictures is not the main issue here. What I'm thinking is...
Now, do you understand...
The main message is...
Prabhuji, do you know who you're speaking with right now? Me. Do you know who I am?
I know you.
You
He
okay?
doesn't know you. I don't think he knows you. He thinks he knows you.
I met you in Sacramento.
You just saw his body. You just saw his body.
Okay.
You just
I
saw
like
his
that.
body.
That's
Just
wonderful.
like you saw the body of Prabhupada. You seen the body only.
Well, yes. But the point that I'm trying to make is that I was there illustrating, I was the art director for the BBT, and I designed and supervised every brushstroke of every painting for every book, from the 5th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, as other books do, but from the 5th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, to 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. So I was very deeply involved.
Srimad Bhagavatam is only up to 10 canto?
What?
Srimad Bhagavatam is only up to 10 canto?
That's when I no longer could, and at the same time, refer to themselves as disciples or even followers of Prabhupada or his movement. How can you disagree with the founder Acharya and call yourself a disciple?
Mm-hmm.
We have someone that came from Krishna Loka in the form of Srila Prabhupada, directly representing Lord Chaitanya,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're saying he was wrong? Why do we say that person
is wrong?
Oh, yes? How can you change the books if you don't say he's wrong? They're not changing their own mistakes, they're changing what they call Prabhupada's mistakes. Prabhupada said not to ever change his books. And yet you say it's okay to change them. So one guy came to me and was distressed, and he said, my wife wants to take initiation from an ISKCON guru that has disciples in the San Francisco, Sacramento area. He says, what can I say? What can I say to her?
Vaisheshika, yes, Vaisheshika.
Okay, you can call him Vaisheshika. It's true for all of them, though. And he said he sells many, many, many books, but they're all changed books. And I said, I can prove, and anyone can prove that has a computer or even a cell phone, anyone can prove that Prabhupada said never to change his books. So how can Vaisheshika claim to be a representative or guru representative of Srila Prabhupada at all if he's selling changed books? Well,
okay.
let's give Vaisheshika a break. He's a good friend of mine. I love Vaisheshika. But let me just say that the reason he's selling changed books is because if he sold unchanged books, they would kick him out. Why would they kick out Vaisheshika if he sells unchanged books and insist that he sells changed books? What's the explanation? What's your explanation, Prabhu?
I need to ask you one more question, Prabhu. He's only
why not? Ek minute. Why not? First of all, answer my question. Answer my question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How can he claim to be a disciple of Prabhupada, but to speak of a guru, if he sells changed books? When his spiritual master said, do not change the books. Do you have any example of where Prabhupada told people, Jayadvaita or Dravida or anyone like that, to change the books?
Yeah, I've seen those books. There are only some few words which are.
Not few words, Prabhu. Not few words.
Yeah.
Thousands of changes.
Yeah, but
no
what?
Buts, Prabhu. No buts.
Do you support that? Do you support? And do you understand that Prabhupada said not to do it?
Okay, one question I have to ask you, Prabhu, in this regard.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you have any conversation?
Wait. Why not give me yes or no answer? Is it all right?
I'll give you one yes or no, but just ask me. I just want to ask you one thing.
Why are you avoiding the question? Is it okay to change the books or not okay to change the books?
But I just want to know what was the view of His Holiness. Did you have any conversation with His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj about these changes? Did you at any time to talk to him, or did you mention anything about him to him, and what was his reaction?
I was in many meetings where Prabhupada dragged people over the coals because they'd made changes. And he said, next printing, change it back again.
So did you have any conversation?
Many
talking
times.
About Bhakti Charu. No, he's talking about Bhakti Charu Swami. Did you have any conversation regarding change of books with Bhakti Charu Swami? He wants to know.
What difference does it make which Swami? It's true for every Swami.
How? Huh?
Was Bhakti Charu publishing the books?
No. What? Yeah. You see, Narayan Prabhu is saying what Prabhupada is saying is true for all the Swamis. Whoever Swami Bhakti Charu. Why?
It doesn't matter.
Personal opinion. It doesn't matter.
There's no opinion from a disciple that is greater than the stated position of his spiritual master, who happens to be an Uttama Adhikari. Does Bhakti Charu claim to be on the same level as Prabhupada?
No, but like what you are discussing with me, like you are asking me, is it yes or no? Did you have any time? You might have plenty time to raise these questions with your god brothers. I'm just asking one of your god brother is His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. What was his reply when you put up these questions of changes in books?
I don't need anybody's reply. I have Prabhupada's statement. Supposing Jesus goes out and he says, I am the Son of God. I'm not a Christian.
But people are thinking he's God.
You're interrupting me.
Yeah, I've seen so many Christians I've met with, and they think that Jesus Christ is God.
Okay, so Jesus says, I'm the Son of God, but you come along and say, no, Jesus is the nephew of God, or maybe the cousin of God. who am I going to accept?
We're going to
accept somebody who decides that Jesus is not the Son of God, but is a cousin or maybe a half relative?
In the Dumna Prabhu, you have to accept what...
Has it ever occurred to you that we have a huge body of lectures, kirtans, books, and transcripts of Srila Prabhupada, and is there any reason to either reject on one side or neglect on another side what Prabhupada has said and written? Why would we go differently than the person, like all these guys for the most part took initiation from Srila Prabhupada? So if they took initiation from Srila Prabhupada, what is their basis for disagreeing with Prabhupada? In my world, if you disagree with your spiritual master, either he's bogus or you're bogus. There's no two ways about it.
So in the Dumna Prabhu, this is Ishtagoshti. This is how we discuss. No one's getting angry. No one's getting upset. Why were you so upset at us?
We're talking Jiva to Jiva. Jiva to Jiva. You don't need to engage your memory or your brain. Engage yourself, who you are.
So we have the opportunity given by Srila Prabhupada to chant the holy names of the Lord, and when you leave this body, come back to Godhead.
That everyone knows already.
Yeah, that is our main goal. So
you don't have to know anything. If you take a man and you throw him on an island with boxes of Srila Prabhupada's books, and he reads them in their original form, then you come along and say, oh no, these books are all wrong, they have to be in this other form. How are you going to convince him? He's already read and understood the ones that were bona fide.
Yeah.
I just like to say one thing. This has been, when we were small children, it was told by our parents that, if somebody says that the crow has taken your ears, don't run after the crow. Just check if your ears is there. So my understanding is, I do not have to run.
I didn't understand. What's in your ears?
Raval, can you explain it?
Okay. Can you complete it? The crows have
can you tell me what he's saying? It's very sketchy.
Okay, he's saying that when you were a child, people say that the crows have taken your ears, right?
Crows have taken your ears?
Yes. Yes.
What does that mean?
So explain more.
So rather than running after the crow, you just touch your ears and see if your ears are.
Oh, he's saying that the crow, when you're a child, someone says the crows have taken your ears. So it's better you just chant Hare Krishna and then see if you can hear or not. So he's not so much interested in